All right. Hello and welcome to the 26th episode of Wife to Wolf with Thalia and Aphrodite. Put your hands together for Thalia and Aphrodite, our new hosts for 2023.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, everyone.
We're going to bring in 2023 right.
Yes,
All
we
right.
are.
So
Looking
on
so
that note,
sexy, let me
tonight's
say.
topic is parenting hardships. Okay, so parenting hardships, my badass kids and me. So how many people on the show, even if you don't have kids, how many of you wolves have like a child in your immediate life, whether it's a niece, nephew, little cousin, godchild, or a child of your own that you parent?
I
Or
do. I got a son.
parenting.
Oh, I think we've got a few parents here.
I help with some little kids every now and then.
Okay, so we got parents in the building. Okay. So then the next question is, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Before I forget, let's give some shout outs to some birthdays this week. Put your hands together for Atlas Wolf, who needs to change his name on his screen.
Atlas Wolf.
Happy birthday, Sagittarius in the building.
Young Wolf.
Yay.
Young Wolf.
Happy birthday.
Are you 25 now? 25?
I'm jailbait. I'm 22.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Nah.
All right, and then one of our very own, you may not be here, but she's always with us, got Kitty Care's birthdays this weekend. Put your hands together
Sadie.
for Kitty Care's birthday, another Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Any more Sagittarius? I think that's it, right? But you know, Sagittarius was the sign that came in to be the best when we did our What's the Best horoscope, remember?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sadie. I think you're echoing a bit, or is it just me?
No, I hear it too. Yeah.
It's not you. It's she is.
Okay, so Sagittarius was the sign that came in to be the best when we did our best horoscope sign. Remember that? That show.
I remember. It's always Gemini.
Best, correct?
No, it's always Gemini.
Gemini, definitely. Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. We love them Sag. We love them Sagittariuses.
Sagittarius.
Oh my goodness. And that's coming from the mouth of a Sagittarius.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm a Cancer, so keep my mouth closed.
What would you like to say, Mr. Cancer?
Oh no, it's just my son's the ultimate out here, so
Oh, is that so? The ultimate.
Oh.
Wow, someone's
are
feeling a little
horrible.
cocky today.
Horrible. Cancers.
It must stem off the entitlement. It must be some sort of entitlement.
Yeah, it's like the Illuminati.
Your secret serial killer.
Yeah, exactly.
So mean about kids.
Exactly.
No, that's
You
Virgo.
got Dexter.
That's a
I got
Virgo.
Dexter over here. My change my name to Dexter Wolf.
Dexter.
All right, so tonight's topic, parenting hardships, my badass kids and me, episode 26. First question for you, Wolfpack, is when is the time for a parent to ask for help?
Wait, what? Say that
Well,
again?
When's a good time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Thalia.
Nope.
When's a good
What's that
time?
one?
When's the good time to ask for help when you're overwhelmed as a parent? Go ahead, Roman.
When's a good time to ask for help?
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna click you in, but
The next day when you go to the
I'm gonna click you in, but don't say anything until I call you, okay?
oh, okay.
She wasn't talking to you. Tell me, listen, Roman.
What?
Listen, Roman. Let's go. You know, when does a parent find themselves in a situation where they need help? When's a good time for them to ask for help?
The next morning when they get the morning after pill.
No, if they got the morning after pill, they're not a parent. Though. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm saying to avoid being a parent.
Yeah, it's like it's like the anti-parenting.
Oh, cheers to that. How about that? We need some more. Right? We need to cheers to that. We need a few more out there like that nowadays.
Right, because if people would take the morning after pill, they wouldn't need to ask the rest of the questions because they would get all the help they need.
We wouldn't have little assholes roaming around the world. How about that?
Exactly. Yeah. Saving the planet. I'm saving the planet from little assholes running around.
Yeah, if only. But I mean, I've met some real assholes, but their parents are actually pretty decent. So I don't know where they went wrong. So
they need.
Well, we're gonna find out tonight. How about that?
Slightly.
They need the Playboy pack parenting.
Yes.
How about you, Achilles? Who is to blame for spoiled kids?
I think you got a bit of a mix right there, because like if a parent never says like no or whatever, this kid's never going to realize. This kid's going to think everyone's always going to say yes to them. But I don't know. I had a thought. I remember. I think I was watching a comedian or something one time when I was younger. But I just had a thought of parents got to know their kids are assholes, right? Like,
do they?
I don't know, because it's like I'm thinking Mean Girls, like the one main bitch's mom who was like, oh, what's the 411 girls, like
Regina George.
Yeah, like, but it's like are these parents really just living in a fantasy of, oh, we have a perfect family and their kids just causing hell for everyone else? They got to know something. Like, no kid's that good at lying.
Who here has kids and believes that one of their kids is an asshole? I ain't seen anybody raising their hand.
Talia, what did you say?
Who has kids here and believes that one of their kids is an asshole? Because most parents don't believe their kids are little assholes. They think their kids are angels.
I think all my kids have some asshole in them.
I don't have kids, but I believe a lot of other of my friends and family's kids are assholes. And I want to tell them that. And I want to
beware, everyone. This holiday season, Roman's going to come to your house. He's going to believe your kid is a little asshole. Beware.
Yes, and I will smack them for you.
All right, Roman, on that note, I have a question.
Playboy Pack Christmas
in
special.
Most states in this country,
we will tell your kids
in the United States, it is now illegal to spank, smack, or use any form of physical discipline against your children. And regardless of your age here on this call, when we were growing up, whether you're 10 years younger or 10 years older or whatever have you, anywhere from the early 90s and earlier, that was not the case. So I want to ask the Wolfpack, how many people believe in reasonable physical force when disciplining your child?
Well, that's fine. Okay, it's fine. Like, you can't physically harm them, but I will mentally abuse the fuck out of them if that's the case.
that might be worse.
Well, that's worse. That's worse. That's just wrong. You know what? You're doing us a favor, Roman. We don't need any of your children around. For them.
I will mentally spank them in the bottom every day. If that's
I'm just kidding. All right, well, what's the fine line? What's the difference between abuse and discipline?
I think when you hit children because you're angry, or when you're angry, that's abuse. I think when you can logically say to yourself, if I don't spank this child and they continue to proceed on XYZ, they're going to damage themselves. When it's more a decision of logic as opposed to emotion. And I'm sure you all can add to that. But
sometimes it's just fun.
Roman,
Adonis, excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
This is my first time on this panel, and I just I would
Hi,
like to say-
welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hello,
Um,
Good,
hello.
how are you?
Hi, my
Hey.
name is Carla,
Thank you.
Hey,
and
Carla.
I would just like to say that I am in a sense appalled. I chose my life, and I chose my life, and I went to college. I picked my husband. He chose me. I have 5 children, and I am a stay-at-home mom. Okay. And I have children on the honor roll. I have them signed up for summer camps. And I and my husband, we look at our children, we follow their activities. And I would like to say my children are not assholes. And they don't have asshole characteristics. And I would not mentally abuse my children. Okay. And I would like to not do any of the sort, nor would my husband. We chose the career path and we chose to become parents.
Okay, wait a minute. Carla, what'd you say your name is?
My name is Carla.
Carla.
Miss
Okay,
Wolf.
Carla.
Miss
So
Wolf.
now how old are your children?
So my children range from the age of 13 to 18. Carla. I'm sorry, Miss Wolf.
Okay, so I think you should give them to 25 before you say they're not assholes. You
Um,
didn't give them enough time yet.
Well, I have given myself enough time to think about being a parent, and I've given myself enough time to consider how they are going to behave because we as parents chose to become parents, and we learn their behaviors, we study the behaviors of children, and I stay with them throughout their life. And I will also continue to do that. And if I do see them going on the path of not becoming an asshole, then I will try to do anything to intercede that, and maybe therapy before mentally abusing them or raising a hand to them.
Yeah, when they step out to the real world, though, they're gonna become assholes. They might become assholes.
My children will not become assholes.
Carla, thank you for
Maybe
calling
like
in.
you. Maybe like you, Mr.
Carla,
Wolf.
Carla, I thank you for coming in. Calling into us. I wanted to ask you a question. I'm trying to be as objective as possible because I take things from both sides. On your 13-year-old son, have you had a chance to go into his social media accounts or go through his phone when he doesn't know that you're looking to find out how he
Absolutely.
reacts when he's not around you?
Absolutely.
And the reason I say this because kids tend to be certain one way with their parents, and then when they're not around their parents, they tend to be sometimes different kids. Not all kids, just some. And I point that out there.
Absolutely. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, and we do check his account and all of my children 2 to 3 times a week. My husband and I, we do it.
So you stalking your kids?
Excuse me, Mr.
You're
Wolf?
stalking your kids.
I am not stalking my children. What I am doing is making sure that there are not serial killers or assholes, Mr. Wolf.
But do you?
The world appreciates that.
But do you become an asshole in turn, like by preventing them from becoming assholes?
I'm interceding and making sure that my children are not some type of Jeffrey Dahmer or some type of anything that we don't know about, because I chose to become a parent. And that is
Yeah. I think
look-
that plays into another question that we have later in the show, probably, which is like, at what point does a parent, draw the line? Like, when is too much parenting too much, right?
Well, I will be waiting, and I will answer that question happily. This is my first time on the show. I received a flyer, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I would love to be a part of this show, and I will be listening.
Okay.
So if I answer questions, please ask me.
Okay.
Oh, she's controlling.
All right. Well, thank
Very
you,
controlling.
caller. We do have
You can
another
say
caller.
that I'm controlling all I want. I'm not controlling. I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Everybody parents
So we do have
differently.
another caller that we needed to go to first. So let's get to her. Caller, if you want to stick around, thank you for sharing about your perfect children who are not assholes. If you want to stick around, please stick around.
My children are not perfect,
caller.
Miss Wolf. My
I
children
believe
are
her
not
name
perfect.
is
No one is
Carla as
perfect.
well.
except for
Carla,
God.
are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you today, Carla.
I'm making it.
Okay. Thank you for calling into the Wife the Wolf show, and how can we help you?
I have a grandson that is fighting me, actually beating me.
And how old is your grandson?
14.
Did you raise him?
Well, his mother and father and I raised him, but they're gone.
So they're deceased.
Yes.
And how long has your 14-year-old grandson been physically abusing you?
This is right after COVID started. They had the father left after the mother did. She was shocked when they were working, and so then a couple of years later, he didn't shoot himself or anything, but he made himself go so he could be with her.
Oh God.
So
Wow.
you're left with your grandson who's now physically abusing you.
Yes, and he was such a good boy before this.
I'm sorry, say that again, Carla?
He was such a good boy before this.
Okay. So I assume that you don't you don't call the local authorities because you don't want to see your grandson go to jail.
I would never, no, I don't want to see him go to jail at all.
Okay.
What's
Wolfpack, anything you want to ask, caller?
what the abuse? Is it mental? Is it physical? Is it a mix? Is it verbal?
It's all three, spiritual, mental, and physical.
And how physical does it get?
It gets bad.
Have you spoken to anyone about this?
I haven't
Or we are the
spoken
first
to
ones?
anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, and what happened, I was in a supermarket, and I heard these people talking. They were saying if you talk to these people, that they know people that have gotten things from here, positive. And so I said, okay, give me the number. And so I said, let me call here and see what anyone has that can help me with this besides jail.
Well, I'm so glad you called us.
It generally sounds like, now I'm no psychologist or anything, but I think that your grandson is traumatized. He lost both of his parents recently, and so he's dealing with a lot right now, and he's lashing out in all kinds of ways, and it's very unfortunate that it's falling on you to take the brunt of it. But I think your grandson is suffering himself, and I think he needs professional help.
Yeah, he needs therapy, definitely. Definitely.
I have a question. Have you tried defending yourself? Just curious.
He's big.
How old are you, Carla?
78.
Oh my God.
Right. I
Yes,
don't think there's
Carla.
too much defending yourself against a 14-year-old. 78. Carla, do you have any family members, men, say at least in their 20s, 30s, 40s, that you could confide in, that may be able to help you with him?
No, there was just the three of us, the mother, the father, and then he came. That's all we have.
Do you have any neighbors, maybe someone at a church or a community?
Or community, yeah.
Like a Big Brother program?
No. Well, there is nobody. I've never been a person for the outside world too much to have people like that around me. I see now it's not a good thing to be such a loner.
No, it's
Well,
not.
Carla,
I can come and help you with my sons. We have the same name.
Well,
what did you say?
I could come and help you. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I can come help you.
But would you whoop his ass is the question.
Yeah, he's not
Carla,
perfect.
number one, would you whoop Carla's grandson's ass for him?
I'm white, but I get down.
Well,
Okay.
what the hell? What does to do with it?
I'm just
Where are
saying.
you located?
I'm located in the northern part of New Jersey, Carla, in Wayne, New Jersey. Carla, I can help
We're
you.
in Connecticut.
I don't care, Carla. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay, Carla.
We can talk.
Carla, the one that just called.
Yes.
Yes, Carla. A lot of children, you know, with broken homes and divorces, they are affected mentally, like Achilles was saying. So he probably is suffering. Why don't you want him to go to jail? It won't be like a long term possibly, but that's where he could start getting help with, you know, jail is not forever. If they just need to see, you need to seek some help, whether it's a therapist, whether it's a cop, they need to evaluate him in order to see if, you know, how they can help you.
And before you jump to say no, I'm just going to piggyback real quick off of her and let you know that the juvenile system does get expunged. It will not affect him. He's only 14. He might just need a little bit of a scare of his life, like an oh shit moment. This is real and this could happen to me. Once you're 18, that the whole system changes for you. This is his chance to get his shit together. So maybe,
How about a scared
little bit
straight
of a
program
scare.
instead? A scared straight program instead of the jail system.
That might work.
Do you know what?
Yes, and that's what I was going to
Yeah.
suggest as well to Carla, the grandmother. If you send me an email at Sadie, SADIE, at wife, WIFE, to wolf.com, we will connect you with the Big Brothers program and the Scared Straight program. We'll also volunteer Roman to come over your house and spank your grandson really good. Roman, you'll handle it, right?
Grandson? I thought he was talking about granddaughter.
No,
Oh my
son.
goodness.
Roman,
man.
These are the moments Roman lives for. So this is perfect.
Hey, but for
I
real,
think
though,
Roman would be an excellent mentor.
Yes,
but-
he will.
Of course I would.
But
he'll steer
Carla,
his
The
mind
last
towards the
thing-
women. He'll steer
Roman,
his
kid might be
mind
bigger than you.
instead of abusing.
What were you saying, Aphrodite?
I said he could steer him to, like, you know, start dating,
The last
talk
thing
to
is-
women, you know, maybe he can meet someone nice and he's not worried about abusing people.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Last time
The
Roman
last
was in
thing
jail,
his
they
father
kicked him
made-
out.
The last thing his father made me promise was that as good as the son was, he said, please, whatever you do, don't let him get in the system's hands. And this is heartbreaking because what he asked me, the same gun that this man killed his wife with, he ended up with the gun. And he said to me, whatever you do, before you let my son in that in the prison system or the system, he taught me how to shoot the gun. And he told me if I have to use it, don't let his son go into the system. And this is what's hard for me right now. He was on his dying bed when he said this.
Oh my God.
So that is hard for you, but like, do you want to continue being abused and being hurt and having physical pain?
I want to stop it. I do.
Okay, so maybe that's
all right. So send us that email, and we'll connect you with some people who can help you. We're sure.
It sounds like
he can help you.
It sounds like he needs a.
Roman will take care of your grandson. He'll get him straight, but we'll also get him some therapy. We'll get him a big brother who can, start to talk to him and help him work through all his emotions that's causing him to be so violent. And we'll also get him in the Scared Straight program so you can honor your son's wishes of making sure your grandson doesn't end up in the system. So send us that email, Carla, grandmother Carla, and we'll help you out. Thank you so much for calling into the Wife to Wolf Show.
Thank you, Carla. Best of luck.
Thank you. Best of luck.
We're here for you.
Thanks for calling in.
Take care.
Take care, Carla. Thank you.
Well wishes for you, Carla.
All right. So, Wolfpack, in all honesty, how many of you would just, like, it's illegal to hit kids, right? We just clarified that. Most states in this country, it's illegal to hit kids. But how many of you would bust your grandson's, granddaughter, or some kid's ass if they try to put their hands on you?
I would definitely. Yeah.
I am Cuban. We use a thing called a chancleta. And the moment you see that thing coming off your mom's foot, you run. Her
Talking about
aiming
slippers.
is perfect.
Wait, how-
Chancleta. It's a chancleta is a sandal, and that thing comes flying. I graduated as a child to anything she can find in front of her. So yes, Hispanics can leave it in.
With
So
my
chocolates,
mom,
huh?
How old are we?
That's it.
Wait, how old are we talking about here? How old are we talking about here?
right?
I can go as old as 21, honey. Let's just go with that.
You got
All
hit with
right.
a, you got hit
Okay,
with a
so
candle at 21.
anything above 10 years old, I'm not hitting them because I'm scared.
We my mom was an expert with a wooden spoon. She
Roman,
could be
that's when I'll
cooking,
step in.
baking, go back to cooking, baking, ta. My mom
got
had
hit
that
with the
wooden
needle?
spoon like a lightsaber.
You got hit with a needle?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I got the spoon too. Jesus.
Dude, that wooden spoon. I don't know what he did to
Children
that
don't
bitch.
ask to be abused. I'm
All
going
right,
to
how many of you
disconnect
guys?
No, I got
How
that.
many of you
Dude, the
guys
hairbrush.
packed up?
The
Wait,
hairbrush.
How many
the
of
back
you-
of the hairbrush was bad.
Dahlia, what are you saying?
How many of you guys packed up your suitcase each time your parent hit you, and you said you were gonna call DHS or any of those different ones for the states? Because I know we all did, and my dad used to say, "Well, I got 7 minutes before someone shows up. If I'm going, I'm going good." That was my dad's response.
Pack up your bags.
I was hanging up real quick. All right, I was hanging up real quick.
I wasn't trying to call nobody. I just left.
I tried to get emancipated when I was 14.
But you
Yeah,
know,
for-
it really comes down to, like, you know, some, you know, parents, is it really bad parenting or is it bad kids? You know, what is that's going on? Who do we blame? Where's the root cause?
Carla said kids don't ask for abuse though.
Okay. Well, let me go with Achilles. Is it bad parents or bad kids?
I don't know. I think it depends situation because like you got, like someone was saying earlier, like if the parent is getting all emotional, like, and they're taking their anger out on the kid, then yeah, that's not on the kid. But if like goes back to the other thing, kids being an asshole, like kid is tormenting younger siblings, kid is breaking shit, throwing a tantrum in public, all kinds of things, then maybe a quick on the hand, on the butt, something like that. Like, I draw the line. Like, no, you should never hit a child in the face, like, for sure. But like on the hand, on the butt, have at it. Like, yeah. And it's like, and like I'll disagree with Carla on that one. Is that some kids, they just have it coming. Like you just gotta, like, I know, like, kids their brains are developing and stuff, but it's like at a certain point, it's like you gotta know to grow up, and you gotta know that there's consequences to your actions. And sometimes because then you're faced with the option: do you yell at them and bring it to their level? Because like that doesn't look good for the parent to stoop down like that. And I don't know. It's like there's got to be a way for the parent to show that they're in charge without going overboard on things. But they can't meet the kid on their same level, because then they're just giving the kid power.
Thank you,
Yeah, that's
Achilles.
Thank
Good
you.
point. So we
Yeah.
have another caller. So let's get to our next caller. Caller by the name of Timothy. Timothy, thank you for calling into Wife the Wolf. Please tell us the reason for your call tonight.
I got a problem with my son. I was hoping y'all could help me out some. I ain't got a whole lot of money.
Okay.
What's your problem?
We don't charge. What's the issue
Yeah.
with
Bring
your
it.
son?
Talk to us. This one's on the house.
Well, my wife, she died of COVID a couple years back. So it's just me and my boy. He's around 9, and he's been touching ladies in the lady parts inappropriately, and I think he knows it's wrong, and I've told him it's wrong, but he keeps doing it. And we talked to a school counselor. I've done the thing where we take away the iPad and stuff, but holidays are coming, family gets together. I got some female nieces, and I need to figure out how to stop this thing.
Take away his hands.
Touching women. Huh?
Take away his hands.
B said to take his hands.
I don't think I can do that. I mean,
How about
I
a
could put him in
little?
gloves, but
Yeah. How about? I was about to say. How about those electric gloves, right? Where you see his hands going somewhere they shouldn't. You have a little shocker. You press the button. His hands shock. Little shock. You know, it tells little Junior where his hands shouldn't be going. You know.
Do they really have that?
Well, I feel like
Do
you
you
gotta
think
teach,
that would really work?
you gotta teach the kid
Okay,
that.
so
so.
Timothy,
I
how old is
public
your son
school.
again?
9.
9 years old.
He's pretty big.
Okay, so
Nine.
you said he's been touching people in the ladies' parts, upper or lower?
Mostly upper.
But he grabbed the bottom too?
And we,
Uh-oh.
on occasion, I think he goes upper. I think he's upper.
Oh, he's a boob kid. He's gonna be a boob guy. Oh, he's a boob guy in the making. All right.
He just wants to touch
It is.
some boobies.
Lower too.
Hey, Dad, are you a boob guy too or no?
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, he's
rubbed off for
a
him.
kid, you know. He's not. I don't think he's trying to, you know. I don't think he knows he's copping a feel, and maybe he does.
How old were you when
But-
you copped your
but
first
there-
feel?
I was kind of a late bloomer. I'd say around 12.
All right, so maybe he's on set. He's 9. He's not too far off. Listen,
I was
I've
like
seen some
6.
kids at 6 years old who know exactly what they're doing. Trust me, I've had
I
6 years
I
who
was
caught me.
6 when I caught my first badge.
Timothy, let me ask a question. Is he doing this to every woman he meets? Is he just doing it to girls in his class? Like, yeah.
I think he's doing it available when he thinks he can get away with it. I mean, I think talking earlier that some kids are assholes. I think he's an asshole.
That might be true.
He should know right from wrong. He knows right from wrong in other areas.
Hey,
Timothy,
Damn right.
step 1 is admitting the situation. So I'm so glad you can at least do step 1. You have admitted that your child's an asshole. I'm so proud of you. I think we all can say we're proud because most parents cannot say that.
Where do you think your child is getting this? Like, where do you think your child is seeing this and he's doing it? Like, who's he learning from?
Personally, he ain't started doing this stuff until after his mom died. So I don't know if it's some weird missing his mom thing, but I got to get him to stop.
Did his mother breastfeed?
For electric gloves and therapy and stuff.
Did his mother breastfeed him, Timothy?
But she stopped. Yeah, but she stopped. She stopped around 4.
Oh,
4.
shit.
Okay.
Now, Timothy, let me ask you this: if this was you doing it and the situation was reversed, what would you do on your 9-year-old or your 12-year-old self to stop? Like, what is something you would use on yourself? Like
My
if the
parents would whoop
tables
me
were
with the
turned.
switch behind the shed. I get whooped with the switch, man. They mess around. I can't do that though. There's these government orgs and teachers. I can't, and I don't really want to. I'm not saying my parents were right. I'm not saying, but I knew, you know.
But that's what it. That's what
Yeah,
it
but
you go back behind the shed and you get whipped. You ain't doing that thing again.
The situation is different, though. The situation is different because you, Timothy, didn't lose a parent. He did. He lost his mom. And that might be the key reason, for some reason, if you just started noticing after, that might be the key reason. And may have something to do with his mom. Maybe he's looking for some sort of affection
from women, from a girl. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like he's lacking that female presence in his life. Like we were talking about that Carla's grandson who's probably traumatized after losing his parents. Your son might be experiencing something similar and some lack of feminine influence and a woman teaching him how to respect women. I think that's definitely a case here.
So I mean, I told him it's wrong, and people ain't letting him get away with it, you know. But like he keeps doing it. So what do y'all think I should do to make him stop for once and for all? Or wait till he's old?
You gotta whip his ass.
Well,
embarrass him.
Discipline.
It's good that you're open to. It's good that you're open to seeking help for him. So that's good.
I say you embarrass him.
Yeah.
How do I?
Can I get a second?
How do I embarrass him? Like,
no, I don't know if that's the right idea. I feel like that you need to show him how he can be attractive to females other than just, you know, wanting them. Because that's the real thing. I know.
No, I don't think it's an attraction thing, Roman. I think he's doing shit on purpose.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
but
I think it's
saying,
I think it's he's.
I mean,
what I'm saying is that like
he's still shit blank, right?
What?
Roman is saying that he wants him to look more attractive and wanting females to come to him instead of him just copying a feel. That's what Roman is saying.
No, I mean kind of, but yeah, but sort of. But
like Roman, are you
That's
saying
what you said.
doing this as like a weird
Okay.
form
All
of
right, hold on. There's a lot, and I want Timothy to hear the best advice. So, Roman, what is it that you're trying to say?
what I'm saying is that I feel like what every guy that wants to be with women, no matter what age, what it comes down to is that you're always very attracted to women, and it's a very I don't know, it's just such an instinct to you, and you realize that women don't think that way.
Okay, well, we have
So
a
you
9-year-old.
have to become attractive to women, because otherwise what he's doing
That's not the problem. The problem is he's got a 9-year-old copying feels on women, and he wants his son to stop. So
I know. That's what I'm saying, because his 9-year-old son is acting very instinctual. He's
hard to control. He's saying it's hard for him to control himself. So maybe he should seek help.
Definitely seek help.
Oh hell yeah.
I might have an idea of something.
I'm sorry, what happened, Timothy? I'm sorry, go ahead.
If I make him more attractive to women, that would fix it. Like if I give him a haircut and stuff, or spray tan, I don't know what women want. Spray tan.
I think.
They'll stop grabbing women.
No,
Timothy, how is he around your girlfriend?
Oh,
Do you have a girlfriend? Are you dating anybody, Timothy? Like, how does he act around?
I'm a single dad. I ain't got no time for that.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, Timothy. And the reason I said embarrassment, because maybe it's he's in the middle of, you said you bloomed a little later. So maybe he's in the middle of his process of blooming, and he's not really understanding his relationship with women, because he doesn't have his mom to help him understand the relationship, like watching you and his mom. So maybe, and the reason I said scare him is enough to scare him until he gets a little older and maybe understand himself a little better.
No, you're gonna create a terrible person if you do that. If you make him think that like sex is bad or wanting women is bad.
Oh no, I wasn't saying scare him like that. I said like embarrass him. Like embarrass him. When he catches the feel.
Embarrass is worse.
When he catches it. Okay, but when he catches the feel, call him out in front of everybody. Make him feel like, oh crap,
no,
someone's gonna see me.
That's awful.
Be like, hey,
that's
awful. Don't be doing that now.
Beast, what do you think?
What do you think, Beast?
You know that's wrong.
What do you think, Beast? What do you think Timothy should do?
I think Timothy should yell his ass off to that kid. He should like discipline his ass for real. Like, you start touching these titties, or I'm gonna fuck you up. For real.
Those are my titties. Don't touch those titties.
Do not embarrass him in front of other people. No, that is awful. You cannot do that.
You gotta do that, Roman, man, because you can't be doing that shit at 9 years old.
Yeah, he's not learning any other way. You have to try different outlets.
You know how much that will anger
holidays.
and
I don't want him to do anything with.
You know how much that will anger a kid if you embarrass him in front. Like, okay, by yourself.
But it's your kid, though. You can do whatever you want with your kid. It's your kid.
It's a kid, though.
How about
embarrass him in front of people? Like that's.
It's your kid.
You're gonna create. That's not gonna be a good. He's gonna be angry
Timothy, and you said you. Timothy, you said he's already gone to therapy, and what have your therapist said?
I ain't got money for therapy.
Okay,
I mean,
all right. I just
Okay.
want to.
I'm
All
worried.
right.
Timothy, would you
Well,
agree?
Timothy, just to let you know, there are programs by the state. You can call an emergency hotline, especially since COVID, and they'll give you emergency Medicaid for children with issues such as what your son has. Okay, so
All right. So you think I should be? I mean, I'm willing to try whatever. I ain't got a whole lot of money, and I need to resolve this before something bad happens. You know, like
Medicaid
you
is
can't
free.
keep doing this.
I'm sure you can find a program that can help you
Yes.
out. That's free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Medicaid is free. It's a free program that could help you. And then you could start to, maybe they could actually help in helping him treat women with respect.
All right.
Teach
I mean,
him.
he ain't
Teach him.
learned this disrespect from me now. I'm just making that shit stuff clear.
100% understand,
Yeah,
Tim.
all
We're
right.
not saying you are.
No,
You're probably
he's
just
probably
a fine gentleman.
he's probably just trying to fill the void that was left with his mother's passing, So he wants that attention from a female.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I miss my wife too. I want some attention, but I ain't doing that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, neighbor.
Well, it sounds like you're single and your son's got all kinds of girlfriends, man. So.
Well, I don't know. He's not. He might be one of those kids that grows up and chases women.
So
Yeah,
Timothy, contact your local hospital and tell them the scenario and tell them you need emergency Medicaid to address your son's mental health issues, okay?
All right. Thank you. If that don't work, I'll look into the haircut.
Good luck, Tim. Thanks for calling.
Haircut.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
All right, bye.
All right, Wolfpack, we got 15 minutes left and we have another caller by the name of Mike. Mike, thank you for calling into Wife to Wolf. Please tell us how we can help you.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm Mike, and I have a baby mama and a daughter, and it's real difficult raising her with her because she's always I can't get through to my daughter because of my baby mother, and we have
Tell
real
us a little
issues.
more specific, like why, like how, like why?
She my daughter's 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the clothes, she wears a lot of skimpy clothes and she takes after her mother. And I try to, teach her about being a young lady and she shouldn't wear things like that. And then she turns around and says, well, the guys, like this because I got that good wop.
What the fuck? That's what your daughter said?
So she is saying she has what?
Yeah, a 9-year-old is saying she has what?
She's used.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
9-year-old.
sorry. I'm stuck on 9 years old, right?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Who is telling the world she has a
That's
whipped
crazy.
dad.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
that's the daughter saying that, not the baby mama?
No, that's my daughter. She gets it from my mother because she said my mama said she got that good wop, so do I.
Oh shit!
fuck?
So she's saying
Dress up.
she's saying she inherited a good wop.
Yes,
at
that's
9 years
That's
old.
what you're saying, yeah.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so
She doesn't know
sorry.
what that means, does she?
Adonis, do you have a daughter?
I don't. I have a son who's 4.5. Thank God he hasn't come home yet and said I have a good ass wop. But I will say these kids, they're impressionable. They just repeat what they hear, So if she's saying that, like he'll come home at 4.5 and say some crazy shit. I'm like, how do you even know what that is? And he doesn't know what it is, but he's just repeating what he's heard, and that makes me think if something like that, she's hearing it clearly somewhere,
So wait, let me get this straight. You said that she has a nice wop.
The fuck?
What?
She got that good wop.
You have to explain to
the good
our
wop.
boy.
Okay.
Yes. You have to explain what that is.
Roman,
Maybe we should clarify what
meaning,
WAP
like,
is for our listeners who
Italian.
don't know. WAP stands
Meaning
for
Italian.
wet ass pussy.
Oh.
Yes, that's exactly what it stands for. Now
Roman,
I
you
have a
ain't know that?
question, Daddy.
Okay,
Daddy, I have a question
I'm
for
half
you.
Italian, so to me it means without papers. So I'm sorry.
Talia has a question for the dad.
All right, Daddy, I have a question for you. Have you brought it up to your baby mama about your concerns with her wardrobe?
Oh, absolutely.
And what's her response?
You know, it's a struggle. It's she has to wear what she wanted to wear. She has to be what she wanted to be. It's a struggle.
What did she say about the WAP comment?
Mother said it's true.
Well, I
Mom
mean,
said it's true. She said she got that going WAP.
That's not.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so she's
No,
so
no,
the
you
mom.
don't say that about your own kid. Like, no, that ain't right, man. That ain't right.
She's like
that's gotta
picturing
be
her child over here.
that's got to be some kind of parental abuse. I don't know what law that falls under, but there's got to be a WAP law somewhere, anti-WAP.
Well, I mean, what is the difference between being a parent and a friend in this situation? That I would have never spoken to my parents in that way. Adonis, you would have spoken to your parents that way or in any kind of way?
No, hell no. I mean, but that's the good thing is when I was coming up, there wasn't YouTube, so it was harder for me to understand probably what a WAP is. But I go back to, kids repeat what they hear in their environments, right? And if that's the environment, are you and your baby mama 50-50 on custody?
Yeah, we're 50-50.
Because I think you might be able to make the argument that,
you gotta talk to your big mother, man.
If this is just one thing you're dealing with, bro, and there's probably many more behind this, then you might have that argument, the leverage you might have is that custody, right? Like, it's 50-50 now, but, if your daughter's in an environment that's unhealthy, that 50-50 can quickly change, and I know it's an uphill battle as a father. I know it's an uphill battle if it goes that way, but dude, I mean, there's no jury or judge on the planet that's going to think that's reasonable.
Yeah, if you don't want your daughter to end up like your baby mama, you definitely got to do that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I don't think any judge is really gonna care so much for that part because that has nothing to do with so much with the welfare of the child if she's just wearing something skanky. I believe that in this situation, all right, Daddy, I think if you have 50, this is my opinion. I pick and choose my battles, all right? So you're 50% of the time, she dresses one way with you, and the mom, you had a baby with that mama, and she is 50% mom, and her say is 50%. And when that child is with the mom, that mom calls the shots. When the child is with you, you call the shots. Because you can't sit there and tell the mom something, because then she's going to call you and tell you something when the child's with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Does she give you feedback on your parenting when your daughter's with you? Does she say anything negative about your parenting style?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's been
Pick your
quiet.
battles.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered just like lying to her? Fuck it.
Yeah, but picking your battles is now you're putting your kid at risk. If you were to say pick your battles, this is your kid's life. So
she's gonna do it without you around.
So it's
that girl is gonna turn on. I'm gonna tell you, as a girl myself, when I was in 6th grade and my parents told me I couldn't wear something, I tell you right now, the moment I got to school, I was changing. And I know many girls that did that.
It could be from anything. It could be, from the TV, from the media.
God, your parents must have hated you.
Instead of worrying about what she's wearing, maybe just put her around people that are, that are maybe not wearing that. It's your surroundings, your surroundings are causing her, society is causing her to, sing that song, wear those clothes, like.
Yeah, because like as Adonis was saying, and as Aphrodite was just saying as well, kids repeat what they see. So, like, it sounds like baby mama, like in your opinion at least, kind of mine as well, not gonna lie, baby mama's not being the greatest of influence on your daughter right now. So your best bet is you need to find a better female role model for your daughter who she can interact with on your time. Like maybe you have a sister or your mom or a female friend, someone who's respectable, someone who your daughter can look up to. Because like, yeah, little girls look up to women, little boys look up to men. Like that's just the way of the world. So
Exactly.
while it's good
Yeah.
while it's good that you're in your daughter's life, and because I think you definitely need that opposite perspective as a child.
Definitely.
Ultimately, you're going to embody the parent or the influence that is the same gender. At the end.
Would you
Yeah,
get your
or
baby
just wrap that kid up in bubble wrap and roll her down the bus stop. Fuck it.
Bubble wrap.
Well, Roman, that's why you don't have any kids right now. You just keep
Yeah,
getting
Roman
rid of
he ain't gonna have no kids. He ain't gonna have-
Remember, the morning after pill. How about Atlas? Do you have a daughter?
I have a daughter and a son.
What advice would you give the caller, Daddy, for about your
well,
daughter? What would you do if your daughter was dressing that way?
Yeah, well, she tried that shit, and honestly, you gotta take charge, man. I know you got, 50-50 with your baby mother, but you gotta step up because the whole thing of, people will do what you let them get away with. Yeah, that's your kid too, It's both of you. So she'll have mommy's influence when she's chilling with mommy, but you the king of the castle when she's with you. You gotta put your foot down now or else you're gonna regret it later on because you don't know how much influence mommy's gonna have, and that shit's gonna get out of control. And you need to nip that shit in the bud because when it comes down to it, daughters need their dads, sons need their dads too, but you need
There's
to,
always gotta
be
go
right
girl.
there. You gotta be right there and step up. I know you don't want to cause friction with baby mama, but you gotta, put your foot down and be like, hey, I don't want her wearing that shit,
Yes.
or you tell your
You want
daughter,
to
I don't want
you
to see
want to
that
be
shit no more.
Man, I'm
a
gonna
young
be the word
grandfather
of
either.
indifference here. I'm gonna be the word of indifference here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my side. 50-50. All right. That is the key word in what I'm about to tell you. Okay. And I'm being blunt, and I say this with much love to you. All right, Daddy? Much love. All right.
All right.
So I say this because I'm a realistic person. And what ends up happening is how much control do you have the 50% of the time that your daughter is with her mom? Be realistic. How much control do you have?
None.
Oh,
None,
obviously,
right?
I'm not having any control right now.
All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So if I was your baby mama and you called me and you told me that you had a problem with the way our daughter dressed, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, okay, whatever. Click. When she's with me, I do whatever it's whatever I want. You don't matter because that time is my time, and at the end of the day, that's the way baby mama might see it. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic. I mean, let's put everything else aside. You know your baby mama more than anybody else, and you know her personality. Okay. Based off the fact that your daughter is walking around talking about a WAP, I can only imagine that might be the response you may get back. Be like, you deal with her when it's your time. This is my time, and she does whatever I want her to do. You get what I'm saying?
Is your baby mother a stripper?
Who knows? That probably.
You know what?
Oh,
Maybe.
Instead of getting, and where I'm going with that is instead of getting frustrated because you're trying to help parent your child the correct way and you don't have the right co-parenting relationship, the only thing you can control is the 50% of the time that you do have her with you. So that 50% of the time that you do have your daughter, you show her the right way. You can get strict with her on the way she dressed, but you can't control when she's with her mom because you're just going to end up in a battle that it's just not going to go anywhere because you have no control when you're not around.
Yes. And I know many
all the
co-parents.
things I worked up.
I also know many co-parents that have learned to, at least be friendly with one another. And at least, it takes a while, but they can learn to be friends. And then once you gain that respect from her, maybe you could talk to your baby mama like a friend and say, I would prefer that she does this. What do you think? Give her the respect to have a conversation, not just say, don't do that. Don't do that with our daughter. Don't do this, because she's not going to listen to you.
Do you get along? Do you get along with your baby mother? Do you get along with your baby mother?
We get along until it comes to these issues. When these issues arise, and then it goes south.
Oh, okay.
No one wants to be told how to parent. Remember that.
Can I Can I chime in real quick? Real quickly?
Yeah, sure, Atlas.
Yeah, yeah, like, all right, this is what you do. And I'm gonna be my petty ass self right now. You know? For real.
This is that
I'm gonna be my
That's what we
Sagittarius
petty ass
talk.
about.
self right now. To
That
my petty
Yeah.
Sagittarius
ass self.
talk.
Like,
What are you gonna
straight
do?
up, straight up, if you don't handle it right now, your daughter gets older, she's gonna walk up and down over you, bro. Like you were
Yeah.
fucking fear on a football field and shit. She's gonna just steamroll over you. So what you do every time she pulls any kind of bullshit with you, just
All right.
take a picture, keep notes and shit, and make a big ass file to take to the judge when you argue this shit in court. Because at the end of the day, as you see, you look around, you got, fucking Real Housewives and all this other bullshit that's influencing little girls these days. That is like,
Yeah, it's terrible.
everybody's trying to be Nicki Minaj or some stupid shit like that, And when it comes down to it, yeah, you might hear that, yeah, you can't tell me what to do. When you show up in court with all that evidence, it's your baby mom's just gonna look dumb as fuck. She's gonna look like a horrible ass human being that ever walked the face of the earth. I mean, you could hear all
Yeah.
that, women season women. I mean, women are winning and shit, but she gonna look dumb as fuck.
So
She gonna look dumb
Atlas
as fuck.
But
wants
how
to take her
but how
chance.
good but how
What's
good
the
does
call?
that do how good does that do for the child, making her mom look dumb as fuck?
Oh
I don't get it.
no. All right, now check it out.
Let's
See,
talk about
the
the
mothers,
child.
all right, no. I'll get to that part.
The
Get to that
child
part.
won't be in
Yeah.
court, right? It'll just be the
No, I'll
parents.
I'll get to that part. It'll just be the parents. It'll just be mom and dad. When it comes down to it, you need to cut that negative influence out, bro. That's it. Like you need to
For
step
real.
up. Honestly, I'm not saying be all up in your baby mom's face, like, man, fuck you, bitch, or nothing. But just kind of keep your cool when you talking to her, but be assertive. Just be like, yeah, you know what? I don't like this shit. You gonna do something about it? That's it. You know. But let it be known that you got an issue, and then when it comes before a judge, yeah, I told her about it. She told me to fuck off. Blah 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 blah. It's just you need to really nip it in the bud right now. She's gonna walk all over you the older she gets.
Caller, how old are you?
Yeah.
How old are you, caller?
30.
Nip it in the bud now.
You're gonna be a young grandfather if you don't lip it in the bud right now.
Yeah,
Right.
nip that shit in the bud, man.
So
Not
to Sally's
true.
point, right?
That is true. That
There's
is
some
true.
judges that will be
Yeah,
like,
it
there's
is
not
true.
much I can do, right?
You're gonna be a young
That
grandfather.
it becomes a parent battle, and it has nothing to do with the kid itself. And
Okay,
that's
so
exactly
to
what,
Thalia's point, there's some judges that are going to be like, you know what, there's not much we can do. But to Atlas's point, if you write everything out in chronological order and you present the case not as in being upset with your child's mother in her parenting style, but more so if you present the case as in being concerned about your daughter's safety.
Yeah.
bingo.
i.e., her going around saying she has WAP
Yeah.
when you explain to the judge what that means, and wearing skimpy clothes could be a form of human trafficking a child.
Make
Not
sure the
saying
judge isn't
that that's what
Italian.
your child's mother's
Yeah.
doing, but you're concerned about her safety and such, that she could become a victim of sexual assault because she's selling and looking like sex.
Yeah.
I
Making
have
her
seen
ass.
where judges have said in divorce cases that when one parent was bad mouthing the other, that if the parent did not stop bad mouthing the other parent, he would decrease visitation time and give it to the parent who was not doing so. So if you take Atlas's advice, which I would suggest you do something because your daughter is in danger.
Yes.
If you take Atlas's advice and you go to court and the first judge says no, that's what we have appeals for. You get yourself another judge until you get your yes.
Yes.
Yes. What I would say is don't ever badmouth your baby's mom to her, or to your children. Don't ever do that. But what you do is when you get with a nice piece of ass, rub her face in it as much as you can. But
what the fuck?
All right.
tell her not to mention it to your child.
What the fuck is going on?
FYI, I got 4 attorneys in my family, so I'm speaking from experience where I've seen this shit play out. And that woman girl power shit don't work in courtroom. Let them get crazy. Let her get crazy in the courtroom, bro. Just, do what you gotta do. Be a dad. That's it. Just be a dad to your daughter.
Yeah.
Be a dad to your daughter, straight up, bro. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
best advice I can give you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Just be a
definitely. Your
father.
daughter's
That
the
is-
most important person. It doesn't matter like your relationship. It needs to be good. You need to like make sure that she doesn't think poorly of her mother,
mhm.
and make sure she doesn't
Yeah.
talk poorly of you. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's matter. That's what
Very
matters, bro.
And then make her
Anyone
look dumb
else
as
have
fuck.
anything for Mike?
Is your relationship good with your daughter?
Oh yeah, we have a very good relationship.
Good.
That's
She loves
good. That's
me,
good.
and I
That's
love
good.
her.
And I'm just
and
gonna put this out there because we're the only 2 girls on the show. But you guys keep talking about like the girls are gonna walk all over their dads. I don't know about any of y'all, but I'm a daddy's girl. I walk all over my dad, even how strict he can get with me. What about you, Aphrodite? You walk all over your dad?
I don't got a dad. I got daddy issues.
Oh man. Well, coming from a girl, Sadie, what about you? Do you walk all over your daddy?
He went to get a
Yeah, I
burrito
walked
and never
all
came
over my
back.
dad.
I've been doing
Yeah,
whatever
I don't care how
since I
strict
was
they
10.
get. They walk all over them. They're acting like they can be so tough with their daughters. They ain't not gonna be no tough with no daughters. I see every guy say, "I'm gonna be so tough with my daughter." When they get a daughter, they're wrapped around the little finger.
No,
She can
and
do no
that's
wrong.
kind of that.
Yeah, that,
No, my
hey,
dad,
hey,
I have an older
that shit
sister, and
stopped
my
when she was
dad
4.
just like he wouldn't. If I had any problem, he didn't care about it. He would just go straight to my sister because he just was. She was a daddy's
Exactly.
girl, and he just
So,
loved
daddy,
her.
your daughter's gonna be wrapped all over your finger no matter what she does or wears.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she knows she
Yeah.
can control you.
At the end of
Absolutely.
the day,
So how
that's
do
the
we
bottom
how do
line.
we differentiate from being a parent and a friend? Like, how do we do that? So what
He's
is
gonna be. Y'all gonna make him a young grandfather. That's a
For
damn
real.
shame.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
terrible, man.
Yeah, terrible.
You're gonna be 40 years old, a grandfather. That's crazy.
Listen, I wore skanky clothes my whole life, and as an adult, I actually became the total opposite. So you know what? It can be
Word.
changed. There can be change. Just saying. Just the right influences. That's all.
Well, she's around the wrong influence when she's around her mother.
Exactly.
She'll continue. Her mom's not gonna be her only influence in her life. She just needs to find other women influences in her life, not just her mom.
Whatever.
Like Roman was saying, one of these days, definitely.
I had a really good aunt. I had an older sister. You know, I had other women to look up to besides just my mom.
Is there other women? Is there other women in her life, caller?
Oh, I have
Caller,
sisters, yeah. So I gotta, get them more time, quality time together.
have you told your sisters about this situation?
Excuse me?
Have you told your sisters about this situation?
No, I haven't yet. I was kind of embarrassed to talk to her, about that.
Oh man, don't be embarrassed to talk to your sister,
Do it,
man.
do it.
Talk to your
Never
sister.
be
Yeah, talk to 'em.
embarrassed?
Hey, you know what's
the
gonna
sooner
happen?
you talk to
know
your
what's gonna
sisters,
happen?
the sooner they can help.
So,
Listen,
the
Daddy-
sooner you do that shit. Oh, go for
Daddy,
it.
I'm so glad. No, you're good. No, I was just gonna say, Daddy, I'm so glad that you called us and you want our advice. But I'm gonna tell you something. Your sisters were the first number one go-to. Man, any sisters can handle anything.
Yeah.
Sisters can handle
You do that.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, you do that. Your sisters will form kind of like a protective shield around your daughter against your baby mom. So any bullshit she slings, your daughter's gonna be protected. So basically, they're gonna be your witnesses to how sweet as pie you are with your daughter. If it comes up later on. So the sooner you talk to them, the more, I guess, positive influences you got around your little girl.
I forgot what he said. Are they
Yeah.
older sisters
All
or
right.
younger?
They're younger.
Oh, younger. Okay.
Oh,
Even better, they
do
can
it.
relate
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Even better.
Okay.
Do that. Do that
Yeah, so
shit.
surround your daughter with those women, with, respectable women, and then see what happens. But right now, you just have to watch her grow. You can't really, do anything.
You don't want to be the bad parent either, because then otherwise she's not going to talk to you.
Exactly. So just.
Yeah, I gotta find that fine line. I don't want to just be the walk all over dad either.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yes, you want to be her parent, her loving parent, but you don't want to be her friend. You need to gain that respect.
Right.
Yeah, because women, you really have to keep them in check because they can get out of control on any level.
Listen, Roman, I don't know what woman you're keeping in check, but not happening over here. Just saying.
I can keep you in check. I bet you I could.
You gonna let her talk to you like that?
Whip.
You gonna let her
I
talk to
think
you like that?
I think before Roman goes on dates, he makes them take a Plan B pill ahead of time.
I don't know what woman.
How'd you know that? How'd you know that?
He picks them up. They come over. He said, "Here's a drink. Here's a drink and a pill. Here you go. I'm gonna watch you swallow."
Damn,
I'm gonna
red pill or blue pill.
Women that you have.
What happened, Aphrodite?
I said those are easy women that he be having.
Yeah, what's wrong with easy? It's
I
fun.
don't know that he'll debate you on that.
You see, Daddy, this is why we need to get your daughter with positive women influences around her, because they can end up with guys like Roman, and we do not want that for you.
I want her with a
Yeah, but a lot of guys don't want to get with your complicated ass.
Hey, you'd be surprised, honey. I got a line down the road.
All right, caller Mike. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yep.
We're over on our time.
Thank you for the
But
time.
unless you have any more questions for the Wolf Pack, I think we're wrapping it up. And if you want to call back on another show and update us or ask us any more questions, feel free to do so. Thank you for calling.
All right, have a good night, Mike. Good luck, Mike.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right, Wolfpack, that can close our show. Thalia and Aphrodite, do you want to close us out?
Aphrodite, take it over, baby girl.
Thank you for coming to Wife to Wolf. This was great, and I hope you guys have a lovely night.
Good night. See y'all next week.
Keep those.
Ow, ow.